Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great full body workout in a circuit format that you can do in your home with minimal equipment. Remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move, so 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout. Get your heart rate up, get your muscles and joints warmed up and ready for movement, and get your mindset ready for movement. Okay, we're going to start with a band or a tube about chest height again today. We're also going to need a ball, and that is it. So we're going to need a tube and a ball. That is it for today. So we are going to start actually with a chest press. So we're going to turn around and face away from that source of your band. I feel like it's easier to bring those bands on the insides of your arms. Otherwise, when you're pressing like this, it can kind of rub on your arms and make it uncomfortable. So I want you to step out and stagger your feet. And this is simply to keep your balance. It gives you a good base of support, and it puts you in a good position so your back doesn't try to take over here. Good position. I want your shoulders down and back to start. Tummy tight. We're going to push forward. Now I want you to push just to the ends of your arms, not here. So I don't need you lunging forward or like going beyond the natural range of motion. That's 4. Nice and slowly both directions. Keep those shoulders down. It's easy to kind of hunch your shoulders as you're doing this exercise. So these are the same muscles we use when we do push-ups. This is just a little bit easier. Help train those muscles. Let's do one more. And rest. All right, good. Next, we're going to do an exercise on the ground. So we're going to lie down flat on your back. I'm going to move my camera down a little bit here. And we're going to do leg lifts. So starting in that good, safe position with your feet bent, or your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor, I want you to think about keeping that back flat to the floor, so pressing into the floor. Hi, Baloo. Come over here. Come over here. So we're going to do leg lifts. So I want you to lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Put one leg out straight. Really focus on keeping that back flat to the floor. We're going to lift only up to the height of your other leg, and then lower down without touching the ground. You have to keep your abs engaged a little bit here. So this is a good isometric contraction for your quads. This is going to probably feel a little bit harder than it seems, especially if you have a dog on your leg. You're working your hip flexor, of course, but it's an isometric contraction, keeping that knee straight. And then not letting it go down all the way or past your knee. Keeps it engaged throughout the time. Last one. And rest. Okay, switch legs. Remember, keep that back nice and flat. Raise only to this leg. If you come all the way up here, it gets to disengage as well. So we want to keep that engaged throughout the set. Nice and slow breathing. Don't hold your breath. If you need to take a break halfway through, that's okay. You can just set it down once or twice. 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. Now we're going to grab that ball and we're going to stay in the same position. Put it right under your calves here. And we're going to do bridges with the ball. And what you want to do is think about, same thing, flatten your back, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. And then we're trying to come up into a straight line here. So I've got a straight line from my heels down through my shoulders. And I want you to hold it for about 5 seconds up at the top. Really squeezing those glutes. Now, notice that I've got it pretty close to my knees. And that is where you want to start, especially if you've never done this before. So start with it close to your knees, and then if you feel like you want a little more challenge, you can walk it out a little ways. And the further out it goes on your feet, the harder this is. Squeeze those glutes. This is a glute and hamstring exercise. You can walk it out a little bit each time, or if that feels too hard, then you can walk it back in. Feeling a little needy today. 2 more. Really squeezing those glutes. Remember to flatten that back before you start. And this is the last one. Hold it for about 5 seconds. And rest. Okay, good. We'll just move that ball right back over here. And now we're going to stand up. So I want you to stand up nice and slowly after being on the ground for a little while. So flip over. Let your blood flow return to your brain. Pet your doggy. And slowly stand up. Okay. Now I'm going to come back over to my tube over here. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, and now we're going to do a shoulder extension. So I'll bring that down just a little bit. Now we're going to face the wall. Stagger your feet. So I've got one in front, a little bit, one behind. And we're going to just bring that straight to your hips. So this is a shoulder stabilization exercise, but you're also having to engage that core to maintain good posture. If you had a really hard one on there for your chest press, you may want to put a little lighter one on for this one. Or just step forward. 9 and 10. Good. Okay, and that one is important to keep your arms straight so that we're working those shoulder extensors versus working your triceps like that. So we're keeping our triceps out of it, isolating those shoulders. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of a balance, agility exercise. Get the ball out of the way. You want a good clearance. We're going to start by hopping over to one side and then holding up your knee. So side hop, lift up your knee, hold, hop over, and you can start in a small range of motion. You don't have to be going really far, but hop over, lift up your knee, hold it, think maybe a count of 3 to 5 so that you're not just doing this. This is much easier. So hop over, hold. So you're having to compensate for that change in direction. No. And then if it's feeling easy, hop a little further. And you can do this for safety's sake a lot like in front of this is not time to play, in front of your kitchen sink or, maybe with a wall behind you. No, sit. No. Oh, my sudden movement, he thinks I'm playing. I'm going to grab a ball for him. Here, look. All right, hop over. How's it going? Are you able to hop a little further each time? Hop, hold. So you have to stop yourself from going laterally. Let's do one more on each side. Here. And back to this side. Okay, good. Now we're going to use that ball one more time. And we're going to do abs right on top of the ball. So some leans. I want you to kind of roll forward to the front of the ball. I always just bend my knees just a little and kind of dig my heels in. Then you can start by putting your hands on your legs and leaning back. Now, importantly, I want your back nice and straight here. So not letting it curve like this. And then also similarly, not dipping your shoulders back so that your back is arching. So you want to keep a nice flat back like you've got a board right on your back. Lean back. You can start with your hands on your knees. Now, to make this a little more challenging, Or you can put your hands on your shoulders. Or to make your lever a little longer, you can keep your hands up here. You're not pulling on your neck. You're just simply making the lever longer. Now, what I want you to do is lean back and then not quite come all the way up. So once you come to here, again, the muscles get to disengage, they get to rest. So we want to keep those abs engaged throughout. So lean back. It's a pretty small range of motion, not letting them rest at the top. 2 more. 10. All right, good. And then, of course, you can always do more. If you feel like you want a little more, you can go slower. You can make that range of motion like stay even further down, really engage those abs throughout. And, of course, bring your dog along. That makes all of them more challenging. Go through these 1 or 2 more times, add a little cardio in between, really get that good workout, and then follow with a good cool down and stretch. Please let me know if you have any questions or need any substitutions, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.